but the problems are real.
It was Friday, 11:43 p.m., and New York City rock fans were already lining up at the Museum of Natural History for a geological exhibit of early Jerry Lee Lewis gravel. I was working the night watch out of Mathnet. The boss is Joe Greco. My partner is George Franklin. My name is Tuesday. I'm a mathematician, a pretty cranky mathematician. George and I found ourselves at a manor house named the Qualms, set to play a game called Mystery Weekend with 6 other guests. We were all supposed to solve a make-believe crime. That should have been fun. But in the storm, the car wouldn't start, the bridge was out, and the phone was dead. Other than that, it was a peachy weekend. Earlier, a guest named Kitty Cat had disappeared after we all heard a scream. Then another scream, and Colonel Ashby Wigston was gone.
Hello? Another clipping.
In each case, we found a newspaper article about the victims being acquitted of a crime. And in each case, someone had written, "Justice will be done," on the article. One other thing had been left in their rooms, a statue of blind justice. It was beginning to look like this mystery weekend was a real mystery. George and I were trying to think of what to do next when...
Is there anything I can get before I retire?
Oh, it's you, Peeves.
We didn't hear you come in.
I didn't mean to stop.
Let me ask you something, Peeves.
Sir.
In the past, when you've had mystery weekends here at the Qualms...
I know nothing about mystery weekends, but this is certainly not the Qualms.
It isn't?
No, this is Wits End.
Wits End?
I fear you made a
Oh
wrong
boy,
turn.
had we taken a wrong turn. Peeved also told us that the owner of Wits End was very reclusive and communicated only by written note. He further said that there was no secret place where the missing guest could be held. And...
Oh, one more thing. Do you know anything about this?
Only that there have been 6 of those statues on that bookcase as long as I've been here.
George and I studied the floor plan of the house, but were interrupted by yet another scream. This was beginning to be a habit.
Wally's gone.
It was getting a little scary inside.
I searched the whole house, high and low, even the attic. There's no sign of any of them.
We looked at the invitations which had compelled the guests to come to the Qualms. They were identical, but had been addressed using names the guests had changed after infamous trials. Each was acquitted, but that was about all they seemed to have in common. Each faced a different judge, a different prosecutor, and used different defense attorneys. Patterns were as scarce as hen's dentures until we noticed the invites had been mailed locally. Who could have mailed them?
Maybe Peeve knows more than he's telling.
It's Peeved! He's...
George, is he...
I'll say he is. He's been knocked out cold. He's going to be okay. He's groggy and he's got a knot in his beezer, and there goes another suspect down the tubes.
Where is he?
He's in his room. I made him an ice pack. He'll sleep through till morning.
So who conked the old side man?
Couldn't have been one of us. We were all together.
Not really. Ms. Stoop was in the kitchen with Peeved.
How dare you? I just opened the door and he was lying on the floor.
Bickering won't help us.
It won't hurt us.
I'm not going to sit here and stand for this. I'm going to lie down.
I think we should all stay together.
How do we know that you won't go upstairs and then somehow kidnap one of us? Trust me.
No way, man. If she goes, I go.
I don't think that's a wise idea.
When we want your opinion of a wise idea, Sherlock, we'll ask you. Good night.
Good night.
Ciao for now.
George, she was alone with him.
I don't think she could have banged him hard enough to KO him. Why would she do it?
Why would any of them do it? There's no logical motive. But if she didn't, then someone else has to be in the house.
If there is, we can't find him. Pat, do you know what time the first guest disappeared?
Kitty Cat? She was in the red room and she screamed at 8 o'clock. I know because the clock was chiming. Why?
I don't know. Just a nagging feeling. What about number 2? Colonel Ashby Wigston.
A little after 10, I think.
And Wally?
Around 11. What kind of pool game is this? Why aren't you using all 15 balls?
It's a game called Color Pool. You only use 7 balls.
Why is it called color pool?
Because the balls coincide with the colors on the color wheel. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, plus black, and white.
George, the color wheel.
What about it?
Each of the rooms is a color on the wheel. And look at the order of disappearance. First red, then orange, then yellow. They go in the order of the color wheel.
It could be a coincidence.
And it could be a pattern. And if it is, the next would be...
Green. That would be Amanda Wine.
Right.
Pat, it's been staring at us right in the face and we didn't even see it.
What?
My nagging feeling, the lead in each of these newspaper articles mentions the time that the defendant was released.
So?
So it could be another pattern.
George, another blind justice is missing.
It's a woman. Has to be Amanda or Sally.
It's 12:07. Amanda's in the green room. Green was next. Come on.
Miss Wine, open up. You're gonna have to break it down.
Miles to go?
You're supposed to be in the blue room.
Yeah, I know, man, but I had a hunch, so I switched rooms with Amanda.
Another big closet.
At exactly 12:07 today, Amanda Wine became a free woman, found innocent of a fur robbery in Midtown.
Bummer. And I thought I had it nailed, man.
What was your theory?
I noticed the snatches were going from hot to cool, man.
Hot to cool?
Right, you know, hot colors, red to orange to yellow, to cool colors, you know, green to blue to violet. I figured whoever was booking this gig was going in order of the color wheel.
And you thought green would be next?
You got it. So I switched rooms. I figured I'd catch this cat when he made his move on Amanda. Didn't work, man.
No, but your heuristics were good.
You know, no one ever laid that on me before, man.
Well, the color pattern predicted Amanda, and she was next. The kidnapper seems to know where we are.
Oh, I can't stand much more of this. We're all just waiting around, waiting to be kidnapped. It's too horrible.
Do you two remember what times you were released after your trials?
Time, man? No way. I mean, time is an arbitrary invention of the suits. If it ain't 5-4, I got no use for it. Sometime around 1, I think.
I remember exactly what time. It was 12:45. But what does that have to do with anything?
Well, maybe nothing at all. We're not sure. We're just looking for patterns.
Let's go downstairs. I'll make some coffee.
Hey, Miles, aren't you ever gonna play the bridge to that song?
I can't remember it, man.
Looks like we're down to 2 suspects.
It would appear so, but
Yes. Which one?
the color pattern holds true. Miles is next. He's in the blue room.
Yes, but if the time pattern holds, Sally's next. You stay with her. I'll watch Miles.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm out of here.
I'll go with you. Man.
I'm not sleepy yet. I think I'll just read a bit longer.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Good night.
George, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. George, what are you doing here? I just heard a man scream upstairs.
It's impossible. I just heard a woman scream downstairs.
Sally's.
Miles.
At 12:45 today, Sally Stoop walked from the halls of justice.
At 12:45 today, miles to go, shuffle into daylight.
A free person.
And then there were none.